in lane 7.
Running one of the legs for the Mustangs will be Roy Martin. And this has been a disappointing meet so far by Roy Martin. They'll need him today. It all started out with the men's 200-meter dash final. Martin was on the outside in lane 8. He was the favorite to win this race.
And this is his favorite race, but he had a slow start and never got back in it. This is the race that he finished 4th in the Olympic trials as a high school junior.
The ponies were counting on some points from Martin in the 100 meters, but he failed to qualify for the finals in that one. So it's been a big disappointment so far, and John Dockery talked with the puzzled freshman.
It's kind of a tough meet for you so far. The 100 you didn't qualify, and now this. Can you put your finger on it?
No, I really can't say. I mean, it's very disappointing of me. Something I've never done. This is the first thing that ever happened to me.
And you can't find any reason?
Can't find it.
Martin can more than make up for the mishaps with a good leg here. It all comes down to this in the men's competition. John Dockery's with the SMU sprint coach.
Coach, how you feeling?
I'm scared to death.
Scared to death. You know it all comes down to this final event.
Yes, we're well aware of the kids are ready.
What'd you tell them?
Win.
Win. You made some changes in the lineup. Why?
Well, just going off, we had 2 that are retired. You know, they've run already, and one of them being Rod Jones. And I want to go into the anchor leg with Kevin Robinstein, hopefully with the lead. I think if we can give him a lead, he's good enough to hang on to it.
Harold Spells will run the first leg. A victory would be worth 10 points, and SMU would only win the team competition by a single point over Washington State if that happened.
They've got their work cut out for them. Baylor in lane 4 is last year's NCAA champion. They've got 3 of those 4 guys back.
SMU, lane 3. And Spells leading off for SMU was left a little behind in the blocks. Good start for UCLA in lane 2. Anthony Washington running the first leg for the Bruins.
Of course, they'll stay in their staggers around 3 turns, the whole first leg plus the first turn of the second leg. So it's tough to see who's ahead. You want to look for teams that are catching up to the teams in the lane outside of them. TCU, all the way on the outside, lane 8, looks pretty good right now.
Running the second leg for SMU, and again, they must win this race to win the team championship, will be Rod Jones, recently a first-round draft choice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's a good handoff for SMU, and Jones is a veteran. He knows how to run here. He's got the guy from Baylor just outside of him, a little bit ahead, and he's going to know where to position himself as they come off this turn. Watch him break for the inside.
Well, it's an all-Southwest Conference leaderboard right now, you might say. TCU in front, Baylor second, Rod Jones has SMU in third.
He's got to be careful not to get passed and boxed in as they go around this turn, and I think the next handoff is going to be very important. You know, you got Roy Martin waiting to take the baton from Rod Jones as Jones swings out wide, and Jones has got to stay out of trouble as they come down this straightaway.
And don't rule out UCLA. Kevin Young with a good second leg for the Bruins. Now Roy Martin has taken the baton for the Mustangs. This has not
been his strongest competition, the NCAA finals. He was a disappointment to not make the finals in the 100 and did not place high in the 200, but he can make up for it here in the final event.
And this is exactly where he says he likes to be. He says he likes to get it behind in the 4x400 relay because then he can really let it loose. We'll see what he does as he comes around the final turn here.
Well, Baylor won it last year, and they are in the lead right now with Derwin Graham, a member of that championship team of 1985. But here comes Roy Martin, the freshman sensation of SMU. He'll give them the lead as they go into the final leg of the 4x400.
Martin looks great, and that's a great handoff to Robenzine. This is what they need. They got to protect him. They got to put him in the lead.
Robenzine 300 meters away from a team championship for SMU. Baylor right behind, and Danny Everett for UCLA on the outside cannot be ruled out.
Both Thomas and Everett look so good in the 400, but Robenzine beat them there. The real key is, can he hold this lead as he comes around the turn?
Look at Everett coming up. Everett of UCLA has moved into second. It is still Robenzine of SMU in the lead. The final 20 meters will decide the team championship. Robenzine, will he hold on? Yes, he does.
What a victory for SMU. They were our favorite coming into this meet. Things didn't go right for them, but everybody performed to the maximum. You got to say that Roy Martin's leg was really spectacular. He ran in the middle 45, not close to his best for the year, but he did what he had to do. He gave Robenzine that lead.
So SMU has claimed the men's team title. And can you believe it? It came down to the final event as Roy Martin, the freshman, salvages what would have been a really disappointing weekend in Indianapolis. Let's take a look at his leg as he got the baton here from Rod Jones.
Can you imagine how nervous Martin must have felt knowing it was going to come down to him? And he actually looks a little tentative as he goes around this first turn. But remember, he's not very experienced in this event. He's used to running the 100 and 200 meters, which is an event run in lanes. And the good thing here is he's staying out of trouble. He's shadowing the other guys. He's getting into his running rhythm, and he's going to wait to make his move. He's in good position still as he goes around the turn. And the key is he wants to get up on somebody's shoulder, just as he's doing here. Otherwise, the other guys could have boxed him in. He waits on Graham of Baylor, who's an experienced relay runner. He stays a little bit on the outside, stays out of trouble, and he makes a tremendous move right here. And you can see Graham looks like he may have even pulled up a little when Martin went by. And the real key to the race is, look at this handoff. Robenzine takes him right through the relay zone, and off he goes.
And it's vindication for Roy Martin. And I think he knew after his leg that SMU was going to end up in what position? That's right. First place for SMU as the 4x400 meter relay team claims the championship. And if you thought it was tough on the four athletes running in the relay, how about the sprint coach, Ralph White? Let's watch his reaction through each leg of this relay.
Hesitated. Come on. Let's go, Pooh! Yeah! Come on, Pooh! Make up that stagger. Come on! Go, Rod! Go, Rod! Go, Rod! Come on, Rod! There we go! There we go! There we go! Come on, Rod! Roy, come on, Roy! Come on, Rod! Come on, Rod! Kevin! Go, Corbin! Come on, hold on. There's Iowa State and TCU. Go, Kevin, come on. Come on, bud. Come on, Kevin! We got it! We got it! Yes! Yes! All right!
Oh, what a feeling for SMU. John Dockery's with the winners.
To say there's excitement down here is an understatement. Congratulations, gentlemen. The team title. What a leg. Yours was the key. It was a tough meet for you, but you made up for it. What were you thinking?
I came in here this meet with a lot of pressure on my back. And I realized that in the finals of 200 meters in the 4x1, I knew I had to do something on this mile relay to turn the team out, to give them inspiration to winning. And I just did my best. I asked God for helping. I guess he answered my prayers.
Roy Martin, outstanding. They said, your coach, come on over here, my man, Kevin Robinson. Your coach told us right before the event, they said, if we give you the lead, if he gives you the lead, you weren't going to lose it, and you didn't.
Well, that's my job, you know, keep the lead. So I just knew I wasn't going to let nobody pass me, because it's a big race, and it's going to decide the whole thing, so I knew I wasn't going to give it up.
Well, congratulations to you guys, and a championship. All right. All right.
We'll be back with a record-setting performance and tabulate the final team standings in just a moment. Another school from the Lone Star State won the men's competition. SMU first, Texas was third, and how about Washington State? They are the runner-up for the third straight year. SMU wins the men's competition. And the Mustangs are getting accustomed to these heart-stopping finishes. 3 years ago, they won the track and field championship, also on the final event. Today, these four gentlemen from SMU won it by claiming the final event of this meet, the 4x400 meter relay.
Tim, was to win what they consider their event, the 4x400 meter relay. You know, they've won this event 6 times in a row from 1969 to 1974, 7 times in all. And when Danny Everett, their young sophomore 400-meter runner, got in the lead, they had to think they were going to win their 8th title in this event. Everett didn't have an easy race here. He was running against Roy Martin of SMU, who last year helped SMU not only win this race, but win the NCAA crown. But Everett's a very savvy runner, a very confident runner. You could almost sense here that he was holding a little something back for this stretch run, and he's one of these guys that's got a future, not only because he's running great times now, but he's doing it with style. He's got very, very good form, and that's ultimately what carries him to the victory here.
UCLA 7-5 at Indianapolis, and as O.J. Simpson slides back in to join me in that race, O.J., I'm sure you'll recall he's waving his arms, looking at the crowd at the race in Indianapolis. Otherwise, he probably would have had a world record.
Yeah, he could have had. Carl has a tendency to try to act for the audience. He plays to the audience a little too much, but here the last couple of days in the 200 meter, he's been very serious about it. He hits the straightaway, he keeps his stride real well, and he hasn't been doing much playing around in the 200 meters. All his playing around has been 100 meters.
Looking at his competition, Albert Robinson, Roy Martin, there's Thomas Jefferson. He'll be running in lane 3, goes to Kent State. He's been hot of late. Larry Myrick's always seems to be in the shadow of Carl Lewis, not only in this race, but also in the long jump. Myrick's at least knows that he's on the Olympic team in the long jump, but there's Lewis, and again, he'll be running in his shadow with Lewis in lane 5. Myrick's in lane 4. The man to beat is right there. It's as simple as that. Carl Lewis already assured a spot on the 100-meter team, on the 100-meter unit. He's won a spot with a long jump, the 4x100 relay. Elliot Quao, who took a year off from Rutgers, makes his home in Brooklyn, will be running just outside Lewis in lane 6. In lane 7 is Dwayne Evans, who was a bronze medalist in Montreal in 1976, so he has been around a long time, again trying to make the Olympic team. And Kirk Baptiste, Houston sophomore from Beaumont, coached like Lewis by Tom Tellez, who's done a great job with these people. Baptiste in lane 8.
Well, it should be 2 races. One, you're going to look at Carl Lewis and his attempt at the world record, and then everybody else is going to be picking up the pieces. I think Kirk Baptiste coming into the race would have been my choice to take second, but he's in a horrible lane. He's out in lane 8, and in a dash like this, you'd like to see somebody. We'll take a look at Rod Martin Jr. in lane 2. Here we are in the semifinals, though.
This took place this afternoon, 4 o'clock here on the coast. And this was Lewis as we isolate on Lewis.
And you take a look at Lewis there. He's one of the great curve runners that has ever competed in this event. Normally, he'll come off the curve at about 80 or 90 meters. He'll take control of the race. And as I mentioned earlier, he has the ability to relax. You know, you want to build up that speed as fast as you can. Once you reach the top end, you just want to relax. And as you can see, Carl is running real relaxed here. It doesn't look like he's pushing at all. And he just cruises in. He's one of the stronger sprinters you'll ever see.
His time was 20.09. That took place about 2 hours and 45 minutes ago. Again, Robinson, Martin, Jefferson, Myrick, Lewis, Quao, Evans, and Baptiste.
Now take a look at lane 2. You see Roy Martin Jr. He's a cousin of the beautiful Harvey Martin, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, and he's a high schooler. He has the second fastest high school 200-meter time in history, surpassed only by Dwayne Evans, who ran a 20.22. He beat Dwayne in an earlier race today, and I think he has an excellent chance of making this team. Incidentally, he's the only guy in this race who is truly an off-the-pace runner. I don't expect him to be in the hunt when they come off the turn, but I think he'll make up ground to try to take third place once they hit the straightaway.
Lewis getting settled in lane 6. Ran 19.84 on Tuesday. Men's 200-meter final live from the Coliseum, where the crowd is hushed for the start. And it's a fair start with Lewis, and on the outside, Baptiste looking good in lane 8. But here comes Lewis as they come around the turn. It is Carl Lewis as they straighten out for the lead. Baptiste on the outside. It's Elliott Plow in lane 6 in contention right now. Myrick's coming up on the inside. It's Baptiste on the outside following Lewis. Baptiste finishes second, and I think Thomas Jefferson just did get up for third place, coming on strong at the end. He's a strong finisher and may have won a spot on the team, but no doubt about 1 and 2 with Carl Lewis winning it. The Coliseum clock shows a time of 19.86 into a slight headwind for Carl Lewis. So he has won it. Kirk Baptiste second, Thomas Jefferson third, and they talk about 4 gold medals. Well, before you can talk about 4 gold medals, you have to make the Olympic team in all 4 events, and he has done that.
Well, he's coming in and he's done exactly what he wanted to do. He's on the team. He didn't break any world records, but I think we just may see some here next month during the Olympic Games. As you can see, he came off the curve just like we figured he'd be in first place. If you look outside on the left side of your screen, you see Kurt Baptiste. He's in second place, and you look at the second and third lane, you see Roy Martin Jr. is making his move, but Thomas Jefferson just out-kicks him at the end to take third place.
Lewis followed by Baptiste, and you can see Jefferson leaning. That strong finish in 3. And Jefferson has to be a very excited man. As we mentioned, as you can see right there, he knows he's got it. As he shook that fist in the air, Baptiste embracing Lewis, and the pressure is over for them. Yes, those men. 6.5 weeks to go now.
Well, you saw them embrace. They're coached by the same man, Tom Tellez. Baptiste is the NC2A champion from Houston, so they're quite happy for one another.
The pressure won, so the world record holder is right there, and when he looks over to his right, he sees the man, Carl Lewis, in lane 2.
Yes, and I've been at every race this week that Carl has run, and he has been the man. He's really toyed with these guys, and most of the races he hadn't run all out all the way. At about 50, 60, 70 yards, he starts playing around and looking at the guys, but he's won each race handily.
So it's that time for him now as we get set for the final. Emmett King from Alabama will be in lane 3. Then Ron Brown, who will join the LA Rams after the Olympics.
Yeah, he's going to be a wide receiver, and he looks like a football player. Looks like a running back.
Vying for a spot on the team. Here is Mel Latney, who ran a 9.9600, the fastest ever at sea level. And then next to him will be a man very familiar to many of you who have followed track through the years, Harvey Glance. He was on the 76 Olympic team. Lane 7 is Kirk Baptiste from the University of Houston, the NCAA 200-meter champion. And then on the outside will be the hot man, Sam Grady, a sophomore from Tennessee who won the 100 at the NCAA meet and then followed it up a week later at the TAC meet in San Jose. Great field.
Well, you're absolutely right about Sam Grady being hot, Al. You expect him to be leading at 50 yards. He's been doing that in every race this week. And historically, Carl Lewis takes over a race after the 50-meter mark. And if you look at this field starting, historically, all these guys have been equally good starters. They're good starters. The only guy that may be a little slow out of the blocks normally will be Calvin Smith. He's a little erratic, and at times he'll be late out of the blocks. But this is the man to beat, Carl Lewis.
So 8 start, 3 make it. The shame of it is some tremendous talent won't make it. And there is Lewis off to a good start in lane 2. On the outside, it's Grady, it's Lewis, and Brown in the middle of the track in lane 4. But it's Lewis beginning to pull away. It's Carl Lewis and Grady on the outside, and I believe Brown finishing third. Carl Lewis winning it, and winning it breezing.
You're talking about breezing. I'm sure we'll see it on replay. This guy has been playing with these sprinters, and you're talking about the finest sprinters in the world today. This should be more competitive than over at him at about 40 yards. You'll see later on in the race, he looked over 2 other times, and he just won that race breezing. Let's take a look at the start. You'll see Carl got out excellent. He and Sam Grady out in lane 8. Carl is the second from your right in the light blue top and sort of orange bottom. They both broke out on top. I think at 50 meters, Grady was leading, and right about now, you're going to see Carl Lewis look over to his right there. He looks over, he sees Grady may have an edge on him, and he just picks up. He gets serious. He establishes himself in the race. He gets about 2 meters on him, and then he starts breezing. You see Grady on the far left of your screen. He started going out of picture now. He's in second place. In the middle of the screen in the white jersey, you'll see Ron Brown, the future Ram, come up, and I think he grabs third. But on your inside lane in the all red is Calvin Smith, and you'll see coming into the screen right now on your lower right, on the lower part of your screen is Baptiste, and they're fighting for the 4th spot, possibly the relay spot on this team. Looking at it straight on, you see Carl Lewis comes out real well. You saw his reactions was a lot better than the guy on his right. The guy on the left side of your screen is Calvin Smith. He didn't get out too well. He's a world record holder. On the left side of your screen is Emmett King. Emmett normally starts well, but Carl Lewis is in control early in this race. As you see there, he looks over. I think you see Grady. He looks like he's having fun. He gets serious. I don't think he should be doing this. I think this is way guys pull muscle.
This track. She says it's faster than Indianapolis. And that's the way you want a sprinter to feel. Florence Griffith-Joyner closing the stagger already on Kerry Johnson.
She's running hard, Charlie.
Drexler not running that well, and Flojo's going to have the lead. And now she runs for the record. Here comes Drexler. And Florence Griffith-Joyner striding across at 21:76. Just off of the world record. That's an American record.
If that time holds up, it'll be an American record. The wind is okay, so it will be an American record. And we've been seeing that the clock is maybe 100th or so off. So let's take a look and see what the official time is. But Florence was just striding down that straightaway, looking very relaxed. Look at the distance between Flojo and Heike Drexler. And Drexler is the co-world record holder in this event.
Maybe after this, not anymore.
You may be right. Now let's go down to Dave Sims.
Olympic record, congratulations. You look real strong, especially that last 50 meters or so.
Thanks, I feel very good. I want to get out on the curve, stay relaxed, and bring it in real strong and relaxed.
You run all your races hard. Is that, can you get the world record?
Yes, I want that world record in 200 so bad. Too close for comfort, too close for comfort, 21:76.
Were you aware of Heike and some of the other folks in the race?
I try not to pay attention. What I try to do is make up the stagger on who's ever in front of me and just run and concentrate on what I have to do.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's a great smile. Here's the overhead look, Frank.
She is just so much better than anyone else in the world at this event. If she runs the turn that way and gets an outside lane in the final with all the Olympic enthusiasm that she's got, she's going to break the world record, no doubt. She gets a good start. She is a well-coached athlete. She really starts well. Every aspect of her sprinting is very good. Look how she uses her arms. Every time they go up and down, it's in the same position. She holds form. Look how close she is to the inside line on the turn. And when she comes off the curve in first place, you know it's all over. It's absolutely all over. But right here is where she's different from any other sprinter in the world. She's actually accelerating still when she goes through the finish line.
And that 21, Lima Horn is in 6. From West Germany, Ralph Lubka is in 7. And from France, Gilles Kena-Hervé is in lane 8. He's like a rock star in Asia. He really draws the crowd. Roy Martin, comeback story of the year. A high school phenom. Now living with the Kerseys, Bob Kersey and Jackie Joyner Kersey, working with them. It's a very tough semifinal. Tough, competitive semifinal. 4 to move through to the finals, and 4 to step to the side.
And Carl Lewis should be very relaxed in this. because he has been given a new chance. How many of us get the kind of second chance Carl is getting to go for 4 medals? And I think he has an advantage now. It couldn't have happened better for him. He went down. Now he's back up.
And I mentioned this yesterday when we were with Brian Gumbel. His gold medal is not tainted in the hundreds. It has been Johnson who has the tainted medal.
Absolutely. Carl Lewis has the Olympic record in the 100 meters
yes, he
now.
does. So he now has the 2 golds. He's going for the 3rd. This is the semifinals. And then he will be anchoring the 4x100 relay on Saturday. Carl Lewis in lane 4. Roy Martin is in lane 5. And Lewis with a good start, not known for his start. Adley Mahorn running well for Canada outside in lane 6. Now down to final straight. Roy Martin has dropped back. Can he catch up? 4 will move through. Here comes Carl. Robeson de Silva running well inside of him. And Mahorn. And it could be Dana Hervé of France just getting the 4th spot. It might have been Stefano Tilly of Italy.
Not an easy semifinal for Carl Lewis because Robeson Silva from Brazil on his left made him run the whole way, but 20.23 is not that fast. Carl will have plenty left for the final.
10 inches, almost an entire foot over the automatic qualifying distance. Absolutely no problem. Jackie has such great speed on the runway and very nice technique. She drops her feet a little early here. You will not see her do that tomorrow. She'll have her hands full in this event with Heike Drexler and Galina Chistyakova of the Soviet Union. But just an opportunity to come down the runway, see what things will be like.
In what position? That's right. First place for SMU as the 4x400 meter relay team claims the championship. And if you thought it was tough on the 4 athletes running in the relay, how about the sprint coach, Ralph White? Let's watch his reaction through each leg of this relay.
Hesitated. Come on.
Let's go, Pooh! Yeah! Come on, Pooh! They got that stagger. Come on! Go, Rod! Go, Rod! Go, Rod!
Come on, Rod! There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Come on,
Come on, Rod!
Roy. Come on, Roy.
Come on, Rod!
Come on, Rod! Kevin! Go, Kevin! Come on, hold on. There's Iowa State and TCU. Go, Kevin, come on. Come on, bud. Come on, Kevin! We got it! We got it! Yes! Yes! All right!
Oh, what a feeling for SMU. John Dockery's with the winners.
To say there's excitement down here is an understatement. Congratulations, gentlemen. The team title. What a leg. Yours was the key. It was a tough meet for you, but you made up for it. What were you thinking?
I came in here this meet with a lot of pressure on my back. And I realized that in the finals of 200 meters in the 4x1, I knew I had to do something on this mile relay to turn the team out, to get them inspiration to winning. And I just did my best. I asked God for helping. And I guess he answered my prayers.
Roy Martin, outstanding. They said, your coach, come on over here, my man, Kevin Robeson. Your coach told us right before the event, they said, if we give you the lead, if he gives you the lead, you weren't going to lose it, and you didn't.
Well, that's my job, you know, keep the lead. So I just knew I wasn't going to let nobody pass me, because it's a big race, and it's going to decide the whole thing, so I knew I wasn't going to give it up.
Well, congratulations to you guys, and a championship. All right. All right.
We'll be back with a record-setting performance and tabulate the final team standings in just a moment.